Welcome back, Lunacy fans. I am Kendo, and this is Lunacy Recaps Reviews, episode number 6. In this video, I'm going to be going over Lunacy episode number 74, which aired March 12th, 2026. So this episode had Joe Dombrowski and Veda Scott on commentary, and the ring announcer was Mark Roberts. Okay, before we get into this one, if you could please take the time to hit that little thumbs up like button. Only takes a quick second. I'll wait for you. Alright, thank you for that. Also, if you could, follow along, leave some comments, let me know how you feel about the matches. If you haven't already, do so, please subscribe. And if you want to go above and beyond, you can share the video. It definitely helps get this out to more viewers. Also, I'd like to take a quick second to apologize. I know I took a month off of doing these, but had to work a bunch of extra time, overtime hours, if you will, to pay for a little trip to Vegas next month for a little show they call Stranglemania. So, kind of worth it, but again, I apologize, and they will be coming weekly as normal. Okay, opening up this week's show, we have what appears to be the Brothers of Funstruction. It's their music playing, but as you can clearly see, they come out, and there's no clown gimmick. No face paint, no nothing. Basically picking up where last week left off. They come out, that's Ruffo there, and they're calling Ruffo Danny the Drill, and Yabo is Tony Twitching Two-Time. They're basically saying that Big Vito snitched them out. They're now in witness protection. Basically, Vito and his crew were from one side of the tracks. They're from another side of the tracks. Some dirt got done, and basically, in order to protect themselves and their family, they had to snitch on some people, pretty much breaking mafia code. So, again, now they're in witness protection. Yabo, or Tony Twitching Two-Time, if you will, goes on to say basically the gig is up, and there's people looking for him, so they're gonna have to leave. And he initially puts the clown shoes down, which, if you're a wrestling fan, you know that basically signals they're calling it quits. The entire time the crowd is super confused. They're not happy about the situation at all. You know, nobody wants to see the Brothers of Funstruction go. Violent J ends up coming out, and Violent J is basically like, yo, what the fuck? It really don't matter what you guys did in the past. The past is the past, and Juggalos put the past behind them, and Juggalos basically don't live in regret. He goes on to say that Brothers of Funstruction are family, you know, whether it be JCW or in the Juggalo family, regardless. And that he's not going to sit here and allow them to pack it up and leave. Big Vito then comes out, and basically, like he was saying last week, they broke the code of the mafia, and for that, they're going to pay. He pretty much threatens them, saying that there's people outside the building waiting for them, and if they don't leave now, basically their lives are going to end. Not sure why you would threaten to take somebody's life on something that you know is being recorded, but Big Vito don't really give a shit, apparently. Violent J then backs up the Brothers of Funstruction again, and he's like, look, they ain't going nowhere. Their family and JCW, basically just saying what he was saying before. He tells Vito, look, I know you can't hear well, lean in close. Boom, delivers a nut shot to Big Vito. He ends up telling Yabo and Rafa, look, he's all yours now. They end up trying to put the clown shoes on Vito, but Vito resists. Mickey Knuckles and PCO, they come out, storm the ring to save Big Vito. Violent J ends up calling out Too Tough Tony and Willie Mack to even up the odds. Well, I guess it would be not even anymore, but anyway, they chase off PCO and Mickey Knuckles and Vito. Too Tough Tony then informs them that Vince Russo made a match later tonight, and PCO and Mickey Knuckles will be putting the tag team titles on the line. They're not happy about that at all. Alright, we then cut to a backstage segment with Matt Cross and Vince Russo. Matt Cross is basically saying, hey, I want to know what's coming up next for me. Russo tells him, look, I hired you to do a job. You did the job. Contract's over. Matt Cross says, look, I know that there's more. I could be the chosen one if you give me the opportunity. He says, okay, you have a match with Caleb Conley tonight. If you win, you're the new chosen one. If you lose, you are out of JCW. Okay, next up is the second or third, possibly fourth vignette of Isaiah Brownson, and he is preaching that red love. I guess we'll see what he's got to offer, hopefully soon. All right, then we have a segment with Russo and Vito. Vito wants to know why they got booked in the match. Vince Russo explains, look, I booked the match because I booked for ratings, and this is what's going to draw ratings. Vito's pretty pissed off about that. Ken Anderson ends up interrupting them, and Vito explains to Anderson, look, you know, you might be the champ, but I'm the top dog around here. He says, this isn't WWE. You're not sucking Bruce Pritchard's ass here. Basically just saying, hey, I'm the top dog. Mr. Anderson ends up calling him a jabroni and storms off. Anderson's like, look, I never suck no ass. Russo's like, I agree with you, buddy. I'll take your word for it. All right, and the opening match is Disco Ray accompanied by the Ring Rat. And he will be taking on the U.S. champ Assad. This is a non-title match. The match pretty much starts off Disco Ray. He wants to do a little dance off, if you will. Assad's basically like, fuck that, and tries to hit him with a little kick. Disco Ray hits him with a backhand, then goes for a Bronco Buster, but nobody home. Most of this match, I'd say Facade kept the upper hand for the most part. You know, he's got a lot of aerial moves off the middle rope, you know, standard for Facade. Disco Ray does get some offense in. You'll see here shortly. Nice little, oh man, so athletic. Also, quick, my opinion, a lot of people are hating on Facade because of all the shortcuts he's been taking recently, but if it keeps the gold around your waist and your paychecks are fatter because so, I see no reason, you know. I would take all the shortcuts that I could too, if need be, keep that gold. This move's called the Disco Nection. I do believe that's what they said. Nice little neck breaker combo there. I think Disco Ray is going to go for the 3. Only gets a 2 count. Lifts him up, big time scoop slam. A little bit of showboating there, but still manages to get the elbow. Again, goes for a 3. Only gets a 2. Double clothesline here. I do believe the Ring Rat's going to hop up. Yep. She causes an interference. Then ended up distracting Disco Ray again. And Facade with another shortcut. Low blow, cheap shot. Referee didn't see it. 1, 2, 3. And still your U.S. champ is Facade. Okay, this next segment is questionable to say the least. We go backstage with Mickey Knuckles and Big Vito, and Mickey wants that date. She's showing off what she can do with her abilities, and what happens is she ends up telling the cameraman, get the fuck out of here, and she's got Vito pinned down. It doesn't look too good for Vito, man. He might be in some trouble. We then get a new segment, The Deep Dive, and this is Mark Roberts. I'm assuming he's going to give a bio on wrestlers each week. This week's bio is cocaine. Again, just basically Mark Roberts giving the rundown on their career. I enjoy it. I think it's a good segment, and I look forward to seeing more of it. All right, match number 2 is Stephen Flo, and he will be teaming up with his normal tag team partner, Juggalo favorite Cocaine. So it will be the team of Flo Kane taking on none other than Jackson and Abel, accompanied by Barnabas the Outbreak. Cool little start to the match here. Cocaine trying to get nice. He distracts him with the cocaine and allows Stephen Flo to do the little stage dive off the middle. A little double elbow there. This was a really good match. I do like the ending a lot. The one confusing part we'll get to, Cocaine going for a choke slam, right in the corner. This allows the Outbreak kind of to take control. I know Stephen Flo is fighting back right now, but they knock Cocaine out, and they end up putting a big hurting on Stephen Flo right here. They do these simultaneous little splashes, like vicious. I don't know, they've done this several times. I like this move. I think it's cool, very creative. Nobody home. Stephen Flo trying to make a little comeback here. You know, you got to give it up to Stephen Flo, man. He the match last week with Shane Mercer, and now this week going up against the Outbreak, he's really holding his own. Very impressive. Hot tag to Cocaine. He's finally back up. He was out for a while there. Flips around. I'll tell you what, man, Cocaine's getting more athletic every time I see him. Nice little DDT there, I think. A little cocaine cutter. That's what I'm going to call it. Now, here's what I was confused about. I don't know if Barnabas and Cocaine are trying to make a barter, if you will, for the antidote and the mysterious white powder. But here we go. They go for the double miss to Cocaine, but he ducks out of the way. Oh, Stephen Flo gets the double death miss. Cocaine with a nice little flip. He rolls this around. Ends up hitting the big Coke slam onto both of them. Very impressive there. 1, 2, 3. And here are your winners. Flo Kane. Now, after the match, Cocaine realizes what happened to Stephen Flo. He goes out there, tries to rescue him, realizes that Barnabas has got the antidote, roughs him up a bit, takes that, hooks his homie up with the antidote. Stephen Flo comes back. All right, next we cut to a backstage with Vince Russo and Caleb Conley. Caleb's telling Russo basically, look, I don't know why you put me in this match tonight with Matt Cross. This is bullshit. Russo says this should be a cakewalk for you. If you're worrying about Matt Cross, maybe you're not the chosen one. Caleb Conley goes on to say, look, that's bullshit. I am the chosen one, and I'm going to prove you and everyone else wrong tonight, but I whooped Matt Cross's ass. I don't like that they kind of undersold Matt Cross in this, but I get it, you know, for storyline. All right, we then cut to a vignette of the Green Phantom. Again, he's just preaching that JCW is full of scum and he is going to come clean it up. Again, I think this is like his third or fourth vignette, so hopefully he'll be arriving soon as well. We then cut backstage in the bathroom. Stephen Flo is trying to get all the death mist out of his eyes. He's frustrated. Basically like, look, Cocaine, if you want to try to help me, why don't you go and take them out, handle business for me, rough up the Outbreak, basically. All right, in the third match, we have Matt Cross, and like we already know, he is going to be taking on Caleb Conley. Vince Russo did some commentary over the match. I did like Russo on the commentary, but I thought that they kind of strayed off the match a lot, which kind of took away from it because it was a really good match. But if you stay focused on the match, it's pretty good. Again, if Matt Cross loses this one, he's going to be out of JCW, but if he wins, he's going to be the new chosen one, and Vince Russo is proven wrong, basically. Pretty decent match. A lot of back and forth. Nice little backstabber there off the middle rope, or middle turnbuckle, excuse me. Nice knife edge chops. Goes for the kick. Nice little roundhouse sweep. Lots of back and forth in this one. Most of the matches, actually, you know what? Pretty much all of the matches on this week's episode were good matches. There weren't no finishes and no no disqualifications, but no contests. Goes for the cross cutter. Oh, only gets the two. We thought for sure. Took a little bit too long. Nobody home there. Catches the super kick. I think this one's about to get wrapped up. Yep. Goes for another cross cutter, but nope. Gets a spinning little bitch slap backhand. Caleb Conley puts him up. drops him with the burning hammer. Ref hops in for the 1, 2, 3. Here's your winner, Caleb Conley, still the chosen one. Matt Cross kind of hangs out in the ring. Crowd chants for him, gives him shows some love. He shows some love right back, does a lap around the outside, showing love to everybody on his way out. Okay, here's where it gets interesting again. We cut backstage with the cameraman and Vito. Vito appears to be in a deep, deep trance, and the cameraman tries to get him to come through, but nothing. All right, the next backstage segment is a follow-up, and you basically have Cocaine getting some revenge, beating all 3 members down, and it just basically cuts out here with him putting a hurting on him. In the 4th match, we're going to have J-Rod, and this is going to be a tag team match. She's going to be teaming up with the debut of Sophia Rose. This was the ring girl from last week. They're going to be going against Danny Moe, and here's the shocker, Big Al, Alice Crawley. This is a surprise to me just because they've been going at each other for so long now, Danny Moe and Big Al, that is. But it seems like Big Al is turning a new leaf, so I guess I can see them teaming up. Some good teamwork there. Yeah, these two are actually surprising me with the teamwork that they're doing. What happened there was Jeff the ref, somebody forgot to start the match, so that's why they had to delay the pin. I don't know if it was necessarily Jeff's fault, but somebody fucked up. 2 count there. Both these teams actually have some really good chemistry together. You can tell that Sophia Rose and J-Rod have definitely tag teamed together before, probably in OVW, I would imagine. Probably other places as well, too. But yeah, some nice double teamwork there. I think there's only one little spot that they slip up, but it was kind of... We'll get to that. But also, like I was saying at the beginning, too, Danny Moe and Big Al have some good double teamwork as well. Pulls her up, only get a 2. Big boot from J-Rod. I like the J-Rod heel character. Look at this. Yeah, very arrogant, very cocky. Does the push-up pin, but yeah, here's where they mess up. But it's not, again, not really a mess up. Danny Moe just kind of ducks out of the way. Big Al mounts some offense here. Nice little flurry, chops and fists back and forth. Against the powerhouse J-Rod at that. I look forward to these two feud. Hopefully they have a nice match at Stranglemania or something. They go for this move again, but you know, you can't hit the same move twice in one match and expect to get away with shit like that. Nice little Russian leg sweep. They dump Big Al out of the ring. And Sophia Rose ends up getting handed the brass knuckles, and she blasts Danny Moe while the ref was distracted. 1, 2, 3, and here are your winners, Sophia Rose and J-Rod. They do a quick little beat down, nothing much, and then they end up leaving. Okay, it's getting weird again. This time we have backstage. It's Big Vito again in that trance, but this time it's PCO coming in to check on him. But again, Vito, man, what did Mickey Knuckles do to this man? Poor Vito. All right, after that we cut to the bathroom, and it's Sophia Rose and J-Rod. They're celebrating their win, but out of the stall comes Big Al, and she tries to attack him. She gets a little bit of offense going, but that quickly gets shut down. They end up grabbing her, beating her down, taking her back to the stall, and you basically just hear them beating her down. We then cut to a scene backstage with Violent J, and it's Matt Cross. Violent J is asking Matt Cross, look, why don't you just admit that you were the one that fucked me over? Matt Cross said, no problem, it was definitely me. I fucked you over, that was my choice. Violent J was like, well, doesn't really look like a good choice, bud, because now you don't have a job. He ends up recommending that Matt Cross go get a job at KFC, and it's funny because there at Harpo's, there's literally a KFC pretty much right across the street. So he ain't gonna have to go far to get that new job. Good luck, Matt Cross, I guess. All right, and like we heard at the beginning of the show, in the main event will be Too Tough Tony, Juggalo favorite, Hall of Famer, and he will be teaming up with Willie Mack, and they will be taking on the team of Mickey Knuckles and PCO, who are the current tag champs, and the titles will be on the line. PCO cuts a quick promo. He says, look, if we're going to put our tag team titles on the line, this match is going to be a hardcore match. And there's basically no other way around that. Willie and Tony basically, they're super into that, so they quickly accept, and match starts off just like that. The action kicks off quick. Basically, most of the match you're going to see Tony and PCO squaring off, and you're going to see Mickey Knuckles and Willie Mack squaring off. Tony goes for the 10 punches. I'm not sure how well that's going to affect because of that thick mask, but we'll see, I guess. Willie with a couple knife edge chops to Mickey. You can hear him throughout the arena too. I was actually there for this show. Mickey Knuckles, nice little comeback. She is just assaulting everyone tonight. Little lariat there, taking Mickey out. This part is this little spot here is pretty impressive. He's got PCO laid out on the chair. Ugh, damn, nowhere to go, right between that concrete wall. Mickey Knuckles with some vicious headbutts. I think she's quickly shut down by Tony. Boom, chair shot. This match they made into a hardcore match, but I feel like it benefited Tony and Willie a lot more. I know right now Mickey's getting some offense in, but most of the offense with weapons especially have been Tony and Willie. PCO with a DDT. Tony returns that with a super DDT off the top. This one's about to wrap up real quick. Willie ends up putting Mickey Knuckles through a door. Drags her over for the 1, 2, 3. And here are your new tag team champions, Willie Mack and Too Tough Tony. That's shortly lived because PCO and Mickey Knuckles quickly attack them, but that's shut down by the quick return of the now back in clown gimmick painted up Brothers of Funstruction. I thought they returned a little bit too quick, maybe gave it a next week or something episode, but it is what it is. Still cool to see them come out, showing that they are family, helping the family out. They clean house, and they do the double balloon pop. 3, 2, taking them both out. Thanks for coming, Mickey and PCO. And then standing tall are your new champs. All right, ending this week's episode is another backstage segment with Vito being in the trance. This time it's going to be Vince Russo coming to check on him, and even Vince can't get no reaction out of Vito. I'm not sure what happened to the guy, what Mickey Knuckles did to him, but somebody needs to check on Vito. Okay, overall, I thought this week's episode was very good. I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. Might have got a little bit higher rating, but I thought that before they did the first match, there was a lot of opening segments. I like the show opening with a promo, but I feel like do the promo, then the opening matches, then maybe do some of those other segments. It was a lot right before we even got into action. Also, the Caleb Conley and Matt Cross, that was a great match. But again, like I said, while we watched that match, I thought that the commentary kind of overdid it. Nothing major, but this could have been a little bit better. Overall, I want to say that the tag team division in JCW is like on fire. It's phenomenal. Definitely better tag team division than anything else that's out there. Also, I want to give congratulations to Stephen Flo. I've seen on the old interwebs that he's going to be a dad, so congratulations to Papa Flo, if you will. Ending this week, I want to basically remind everybody, if you could hit that thumbs up button, give this a like, it definitely helps. If you made it this far, let me know how you feel about each match, each segments in the comments. Like always, if you could give a share, that would be great if you haven't done so already. Please subscribe. And with that, one last thing is please somebody check on Big Vito and get my man a cream soda. Till next week, I am Kendo. Whoop whoop, peace.